We won. We won. We won. We won. Look at my mic. My mic, even though we won. You see how it's running away from me? We won the 2024 presidential election, and I just came back from the inauguration. It was a crazy experience. I'm telling you, it was without a doubt. Let me first start off with this. It's honestly the greatest honor that I've ever had in my life to be able to be around such exclusive people. And man, we got some stuff to talk about, some interesting conversations. I was surrounded by people like that just blew my mind. You could just be at one of these balls, and there was literally felt like hundreds of balls. You could just be at one of these balls, and next thing you know, you having cocktails with the CEO of Uber. I went to an Uber party that was hosted by ex Elon Musk, and this actually something that happened, surrounded by nothing but Uber execs. And so many celebrities. I got so many validations. I got so much content. I got footage that I'm about to share with all of you. We're about to experience this all together for the first time. Here's my review of the 2025 presidential inauguration. Let's get into it. I know you guys been waiting on this video. I'm about to give you a view into my world. Let's go.
Ancestor.
So yeah, I started off my inauguration run by going to see Abraham Lincoln. Now this was significant to me for one reason. In January 6, 2021, I actually went to January 6. I didn't go inside the Capitol, obviously, because I don't have any charges. But I went to the Capitol with everyone else. January 6th, I went to the Washington Monument with everyone else. Now, the night before January 6, 2021, January 5th, 2021, I went to the Lincoln Monument. And I remember seeing Abraham Lincoln. And I remember just seeing the massive pillars and the beautiful distancing that the Freemasons had built up with Washington, D.C., how the monument is directly across from the Lincoln Memorial. And the Lincoln Memorial is, the monument is across from Lincoln Memorial. I got the obelisk mixed up with a memorial, if you guys can't tell. And that's across from D.C., the actual White House itself. The way it's a straight line, and the way it was just so perfect and organized, I was like, man, I don't know what this system is. And I had been in the military, never felt the feeling that I felt. Mind you, this is me at a time before I had, the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. No one knew who I was. Regular, standard, average American, no brand, no nothing. But when I saw Abraham Lincoln, it was something that activated in me, and I said, man, I want to be a part of this type of stuff, this political stuff. It just felt right to me. And I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but I'm 30 years old. I had went my whole life with ever feeling truly alive until I saw that Washington Monument. It was something that activated in me. It could be God, it could be universe, whatever it might be. Something was telling me, this is where you need to be. This is what you need to do. You need to be surrounded by this. After the Washington Monument, I went to it January 6th. Went to the rally. I was disappointed. I remember going back to my hotel room and watching Senator Cory Booker crying on TV, claiming that the election was completely stolen. I remember seeing this stuff. And I remember being furious because I could do nothing. I remember having so much to say, but no one to talk to. And I just remember going home after all of this and calling my dad and saying, Dad, I feel obligated to help this country. I'll never forget this conversation. My dad can attest to it. I said, I feel obligated. I've never had this feeling. I said, I feel like God is speaking to me, Dad. I said, I feel like I need to be in politics. I need to be around politics. I said, I just left D.C. And I was very secretive about it. I didn't tell anyone I was going or anything, because I was the only person that was really politically very outspoken, I could say. And I didn't want to kind of force it on people. It was a different time. I didn't want to get no backlash from people knowing I was supporting Trump. It was almost like you freaking had a gold star on at a different time. It's crazy. You were treated horribly and alienated. So I kind of kept it to myself, but I did call my dad and say, I want to do politics. And I'll never forget that feeling. And I'm sorry just to be talking too much, guys, but that monument, going to see that Lincoln Memorial, it changed my life. And to go there after being invited to the inauguration, man, it was one of the most emotional points in my life and one of the most symbolic. To go there, dreaming of doing what was done, it is amazing. And I'm here to tell y'all, man, believe in yourself. Because you can literally do it, man. And it was a long time. I'm going to tell you, it takes a lot of work, but man, you got to be willing to work. If only I knew how much I had to give to be at that moment. Would I've done it twice? I don't know. And I'm not saying that to discourage anyone. I'm saying that to encourage you just to get to work and don't think on it. Because it wasn't meant for me to know the challenge ahead. It was meant for me to complete it. And I just hope this kind of inspires people. Just chase your dreams, whatever it might be. I know you can see rappers say how they made it and actors and extra. Same thing to get it in politics or be a creator. Man, just chase you. Believe in you. It'll fall. So here's the X party I was talking about, the Uber party. X and Uber did some party, which is crazy. The thing I notice about these balls is there's so many going on at once, and everyone that's doing them are so important that you almost never even see the flyers. Like, I was at the ball, and then I'm chilling with my guys. They're actually close with Tommy Lee Robinson. So I'm chilling with my dudes from the UK. Also, update, I'm traveling to the UK on September, so my United Kingdom audience, I'll be in London for the first time. Leaving the United States, first time, get my passport and everything, to support Tommy Robinson. But that's a whole different story for another day. Nonetheless, we was in this party enjoying ourselves, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool when does Elon show up? It was like, I don't know, Elon, he might show up in 2-3 hours, but we're about to go hit Mark Zuckerberg's party. And I'm like, man, what the H-E-double-L? How is there so many parties, bro? How is there so much going on, and these people are all seemingly in one place at once? It was just one of the craziest culture shocks to me. And here's me seeing D.C. It's just so beautiful, Washington, D.C. behind me. Now, these roads were closed up to like 30 miles. The walking, I'm still recovering. It was so bad I was thinking about going to my VA hospital to get them to look at my feet, my ankles, my shins, and every part of my leg that exists. Because walking that long is so unreal, man. And I was in the military. But walking in those dress shoes, I'm going to tell y'all, I got so much respect for women after that. Because I said, man, how are they doing it in heels? It was like a below negative wind chill. It was miserable. I'm talking about the most simple task was fenced off. They had it where it was impossible to even cross roads. You had to go through a fence, walk 0.9 miles down, take a left just to be able to cross across the road. Literally, something that is as simple as crossing the road would take 0.9 miles, just to put into perspective. Anyone that went, I'm sure they're going to be in the comments, so they're going to have horror stories. It was it was the most, without a doubt, a shadow of a doubt in my mind, it was the most difficult situation I had to go through since having some type of sense of influence or having to travel for any of these events. I was so uncomfortable. It was the largest inconvenience I ever gone through. I mean, I went to the RNC. I've gone to a lot of these events, thank God. Been fortunate enough to experience it. And I thought the RNC was the most locked down event that I've seen. We had the fencing and things, but it cannot compare. It cannot even compare like a candle to what they put us through in Washington, D.C. They wanted us to walk like slaves. And I walked like a slave, I ain't gonna lie, because shit, man, my boy got elected, our nigga got elected, so I had to turn up. I had to do the walk. But yeah. I understand why it's on MLK Day, because we marched and we marched and we marched and we marched. It was nonstop. But we had a good old time, man. There's no complaints. It's understandable. Everyone's safe. And right here, we got Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor actually came out to the Turning Point USA party. They had a ball. It was an amazing, amazing ball. It was in the top events that I went to. It's actually top 3. But Conor McGregor came in. I was in front of Conor. He's cool people. Got to be in the same environment with all of them. This is the same ball. This Turning Point USA ball. It was super cool. I mean, I got to meet so many of my friends that was in there. Topher. See Amber Rose pulled up. You can see Eddie Griffin was in there. You'll see me interacting with Eddie Griffin. And I do want to speak on that because, and Jordan Peterson was there. I mean, there was just so many names in this party. Everyone that's anyone are in them. And Eddie Griffin, I got to tell you guys a very cool story about this. The comedian Eddie Griffin. I share his content on Twitter a lot because he drops a lot of good content. He makes YouTube stuff now. I dropped it and I said, Mr. Griffin, I'm a big fan of you. Looked at me, he was like, man, what you mean, Nick? I'm a fan of your work. Guys, it's so real when that happens to me because it's like, it's the most unreal feeling. My brother that passed away, his name is Dennis. His favorite movie used to be Undercover Brother. I kid you not, man, by Eddie Griffin. He loved that movie. He loved that movie so much. And it's so surreal to be around these individuals that you grow up with your family looking up to, laughing with, getting an inspiration from, to stand beside them and for them to tell you that they seen your content and not only seen it but appreciate it, and more so, he told me he's willing and want to work. We exchanged numbers after this moment that I'm about to show you guys, but it was one of the greatest moments that I got to have there. It's just being able to interact with Eddie Griffin, and God willing, we got some content that's going to be very, very entertaining for you. I think both our personalities would mix pretty good in a collaboration on the tube, but we're going to have some more coming, of course. But I'm going to let you guys go ahead and see the interaction between me and Eddie.
We out here, Eddie Griffin, Make America Great Again. Make sure you follow his content, check out his YouTube. We got the best stuff out here right now.
Get it in. Number one with a bullet.
Already.
Outside of the Eddie Griffin, we had a great party. Shout out to CJ Pearson, man. He threw one of the parties. I was about to say of the year. I keep forgetting we in 2025. Shout out to CJ Pearson, man. He threw an amazing party. We got a table at the party. Well, I got a table at the party. I had to get the table. But all of us was in it. Me and all my people were there. We had some good times. And it was a really good party. One thing about this, conservatives know how to turn up. A lot of people, they think conservatives don't know how to turn up and they're super uncultured. This isn't 2002. The towers have fallen long, long ago. Conservatives are hip. Conservatives are in the culture now. Conservatives are in the places that all your top celebrities are. The genre has mixed so much. And I said something that's happened. Pop culture and politics are finally one. And that's something that the elites fear. They have created a system where you can keep those separate. That way, you can keep people focused on pop culture. That way, it allows the elites to do what they want to do in their political life. But what has happened now, people that are typically only focused on pop culture are paying attention to politics. Thanks to Trump and the integration of streaming, the integration of different type of speakers, even some like me, I have to take credit for it. When I entered the Conservative Party, November 2022, there was only really country music being played. A lot of blacks were afraid to say the word nigga. Why is that important? I know white people might be like, why does he say nigga? Why is the nigga word so important? Relatability. Black people saying it when they aren't on camera. It's just true. I say it when I'm not on camera. Can't help it. It's who we are. A lot of us say it. A lot of us say it. And the thing is, the fact that you had a lot of blacks acting like they don't say it, black people can see through that. And it loses them the ability to gain the support for some real blacks that are willing to do something different, but they don't want to stand behind people that they feel are selling a lie. So I try to portray the truth. A real black American man, not here to try to look like the best one, not trying to be the well-spoken. I just want to be understood, and I want them to be able to relate to my story, to why I am here, and why I'm pushing the message I'm pushing. And we have people that are pushing better messaging now. We have people that are meeting pop culture, focused individuals where they are. The Conservative Party used to create things and expect people to show up. We are now integrated into their culture. We've become one. So you can't, it's not going to make sense to a lot of traditional conservatives because we were always on the losing end of the spectrum in terms of culture. But that's just not true anymore. We are in a new American golden age. And we had a blast, you know. They texted me. I paid initially. I thought it was gonna be $1,500 for the ticket. They charged me $1,900. I'm trying to figure out how I was taxed like $300 on liquor because I thought the liquor tax was supposed to be in the bill. But they might have scammed your boy a little bit, man. I don't know. But we did our thing, as you can see. Had the time of my life in our table. This is our table that we had in the corner. This is my boy Ivan Rankin. He's a great person. He was causing some chaos out there, just turning up in D.C. That's your boy Jake right there and doing the Soulja Boy dance. I would play it if YouTube wasn't so emotional about this music. But yeah, you know, I was doing my thing. Here is me right here at the RFK Junior party. Yes. And we were doing this at the Trump Hotel. Elon's mother, May, was actually over here as well.
Changing it back to the Trump Hotel.
So it's the Waldorf Hotel, formerly the Trump Hotel, but it looks like it's going to be the Trump Hotel again. I heard that they're taking it back.
K Jr. is throwing a party here, I believe. Make America healthy again. If you can't tell, all my energy is gone because I was supposed to be going to see the J6.
Now this reminds me. So during this time, guys, I wasn't even supposed to go to this party. I was going to this party after I was going to go to the J6 jails. Dude, as soon as Donald Trump had signed them EOs to release the J6ers, I even announced it on Twitter. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you see I said I was heading to the jails. Guys, I'm going to tell y'all right now. Nigga, that was the worst time of my feeling life. I ended up even trying to get on the DC Metro. Mind you, I don't know what the hell I was doing. Never rode a Metro before. And you could tell. Because I walked to the DC Metro, 40-minute walk, trying to go see the J6ers. I wanted to go greet them. I'm excited. Yeah, our boys out. Nah, that ain't happened, bro. I went all the way to the Metro. And I didn't know that with these Metro systems, you wait on them like a bus. I thought it was something like airports, y'all. Excuse my ignorance. I'm thinking I go to the Metro. The street I need to go to is going to be waiting for me. The train to be every 10 minutes. They said, nah. First, you need to get a card. I go through the Metro system, get this card, whatever. Swipe the card on the thing. They let me through. I don't even know what I'm explaining. Any of you guys that ride the Metro systems, I'm sure y'all understand. I finally convert my debit card to the Metro card. Swipe my card. They let me through. I'm asking people when the train comes. They're like, oh, yeah, you can use Google to find out. Do you know I looked at this app and it said 56 minutes? It's been a delay. I'm like, so wait a minute. I got to sit and wait on the train, this specific train to come, that are hop to other trains. I said, how the hell are city people staying alive, bruh? So if I would have went through all this, there's a chance I couldn't even have gotten to the jails because so many roads are closed off. I was stranded, and I tried so hard. I tried the Uber. I tried the Metro train. I even tried to get one of them people on those bicycles that had those plastic bubbles looking like the Bubble Boy. Was not happening. No one was going to take me to the jails. They closed off even more roads as soon as they started letting out J6 protesters because they did not want no one there, and they did a damn good job because I couldn't get there. It's my greatest regret of going there because then I announced it on Twitter, and I hate that. That's why I never announce stuff until it's done, but I was excited. I was heading there. I was pumped up. I was in my Uber. I said, I'm heading to the jailhouse. Little did I know that my Uber was going to stop and say, you're walking. About 4 minutes after I posted that tweet. At that point, I started calling my boy DVS. I talked to Matt Wallace. I was like, man, I'm trying to figure out how to get there. Everyone kept telling me Metro system. It just didn't work out. But major shout out to all the people that were freed and major respect to President Trump for holding his word on those individuals.
But every road closed and 44-minute delay at Central Station. It's a 13-minute walk from here. And I walked them down here. I just don't know what to do, man. I'm trying to see the J6ers. I'm trying to meet them and greet them. I want to give them a hug, but I'm stranded, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So, and I had to stay at this hotel. I was actually stranded. It would have been an hour and 20-minute walk to my hotel because Uber had got me down enough, and then more roads start closing off. And I started walking to the Central Station, and the Central Station was, like I said, long as hell. So I'm walking to Central Station. Once I get to Central Station, that's 13 minutes from the Trump Hotel in the walk. When I turn around and look at my map and look back at my hotel I went to, it was Hotel Lombardi. I go to check that. It's like, bruh, that's an hour or something away. It's impossible. I was so stranded. My feet were so done. This was the night of inauguration itself. So I was already tapped out from being there for a day or two. And to be able to walk an hour back, I just couldn't. I was just done. And somehow, being at this party, I got so lucky that I was able to get a ride while the roads were being closed and opening up. It's crazy. Because everyone in the hotel, I'm like, how the hell is everyone getting a ride out of this hotel? They're just like, let Uber know the location that you at this hotel and they'll come. So I used the Uber. I put the pin up the map. I was like, I'm bleeding, nigga. Nah. I put it in brush. Sure as I know, Uber pulled up and got me.
That's me. Oh, thank you. That was
While the roads, I was in that bed feeling like a boss. I'm like, man, is this how they're living every day? It's crazy. It's like these people are living like kings, man.
probably the coldest day of my life.
So here's the inside of the Liberty Ball. This is the main ball. This is the one that I did miss. This is the one with Nelly and all of them. But the main reason I missed this ball is because when I was going there, hit up my girl Trevi, and she was doing a great job. I mean, she was trying to get me in and everything, but came to find out there was this 2,000 person wait. And it was like a 2,000 person wait after this party was already like 3 hours into it. Super, super cold. I'd have had to wait in line with 2,000 people, which ain't no problem waiting in line. But I've never in my life waited in line for 2,000 people. and I just ain't have it in me. Do I have any regret of not going to Liberty Ball? Not really, because I had people in my ear telling me, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal. You're not missing nothing." You know, when you have people telling you you're not missing nothing, you really start to believe it. So I just ended up not going, counted as a loss or whatever. But I heard people had a good time at the Liberty Ball. Nelly had a great performance. They had it in a location with an unreal capacity where you could have limitless and limitless people. And it was evident that they needed it because, I mean, just look at the size of this freaking place. This is a ball. This thing is freaking huge. It looks like a concert, man. This is supposed to be a presidential ball. So they had a great time there for those that weren't saying it was kind of overrated. But, you know, it depends on what people are expecting for someone to call it overrated. I think it was super professional, and some people were expecting more unprofessionalism, maybe, more casual energy, and that's might be why they say overrated. But I think this ball did a fantastic job trying to accomplish what they did, and that was create a great event for Trump supporters to celebrate, to network, to cherish, and fellowship with each other. The entire trip was just amazing because you're surrounded by patriots that you've never known in your life. And it's just this sense of belonging, the sense of unity that you gain. Even like liberals like Taylor Lorenz was at the party with CJ and partied with us. There was a sense of happiness and a sense of accomplishment, man. Just an overall family. Everyone treated everyone with amazing respect. To go in a random restaurant 5 blocks down and you see all those red hats, it just was like, it didn't feel real. It's like we're everywhere. And we were also willing to work with each other, to talk with each other, to laugh with each other. It was just so beautiful. And if you didn't get to go, it's unfortunate, especially if you're on the opposite side of this and you're a liberal, because it allows you to see how great these people can be and the human in these parties. These are just humans that have worked very hard for what they have achieved, and they're celebrating. And it was a beautiful moment. I got to meet some fantastic people. I don't want to name drop too many people, especially some of them for obvious reasons, because it was a lot of White House officials I met, and we spoke about some things that I'll be covering. But now that these are government officials now, it isn't like how our conversations used to be. I'm now speaking with individuals that's been sworn into. So they got obligations, and we have to ensure that our national security is forever protected. But I will be getting information that I'm going to be dropping to you guys with the approval of the president and his administration, of course. And I'm very excited. Massive opportunities is open up for us. I don't like this, so I went to the White House the day I have to fly out yesterday, and they got it all fenced up. I just don't like the fences. You have to walk all the way around to see the White House. But this is the best of it that I got to see. They got it fenced up still. It just makes it look like we're in a third world nation. I don't know. I just don't really like the fence situation, but it is what it is. I know they went up with the Bidens. Here's the inside of the Central Station when I was trying to go see the J6ers. I thought it was just beautiful architect. Like I said, the Freemasons did a job when they built this stuff up. They knew exactly what they were doing. And you could tell from above. Something else that was amazing. My friend Matt Wallace, we went to go see the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. We also did this on the day of flying out. This was just yesterday. I went to the Arlington Cemetery, of course, and we tried to see the JFK grave, but for some reason they had it closed off. I don't really understand what was up with that. But it's an amazing event, and it's done with such pristine beautiful care. I don't know if it still is how it was when I was in the Army. I remember when at Fort Bragg, some people would be chosen for the unknown soldier, and I believe, if I'm right, it's been some time since I've been in the Army now. I think it was like our color guard or our guard that would get selected for it, and they have to train like 9 months or so before they. It was something that's pretty extensive, maybe for a summer, before they go and do it. The unknown soldier guarding, but it's just so beautiful to see a soldier take post and a soldier leave post, and the ceremony is done every time. Just the amount of respect that we have for our unidentified military soldiers is. It's commemorable. It's just very, 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 very touching. So this was a powerful experience, and Matt Wallace had informed me during this time that his grandfather, great grandfather, was a airborne soldier. I think it was during World War I or II, and fought for this country's freedom during that time. So that was a very cherishing moment that I had with Matt Wallace, talking about his family and his traditions, and what brought him through the political spectrum. It was just very emotional and a very moving moment, man. Thankful to have shared that with my boy. It's a pretty long ceremony. I'll skip through a little bit of it. I don't know if you guys would have want to seen through all this.
Excuse me, folks. Please move to the stairs or side. Thank you.
Yeah. And it was freezing cold. They do this in the cold all day, every day. It's a very cool event. Very cool.
There we go. You got it. Yeah!
Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Look, the fact that we have Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, like I said again, it shows that conservatives have the culture. Now, the reason I say this is because Mike Tyson and Jake Paul were everywhere on media last year. Now, typically, when I grew up as a conservative, as most of you know, I was a conservative since I was 6. Most of the time, if we had celebrities that were supporting our cause, they were individuals that were viral 8 years ago, 12 years ago, hell, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It were people that they're relevant, they're respected, but they're not the it person right now. We have people that are now it. Theo Vons, the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, who was this? Aiden Ross. These are people that's hot right now. These aren't celebrities that are legends. These are celebrities, some of them that are becoming legends, future legends. And it matters because it is important about getting the respect of those that have already done it. But some might say it's more important to get the respect of the individuals that's getting the respect of everyone now. And that's what we have. It is a complete culture shift that has taken place. And just experiencing inauguration, man, it's just so much that I would like to talk about. I'm so pumped up. I'm also getting ready to move to Miami from Nashville. And honestly, it looked like it's going to be a lot sooner than later. I'm trying to expedite my move within days. I'm just trying to get up out of here. And I love Tennessee. I love Nashville. I love the people here. It's a family-oriented place. It's so safe. It's the safest city I've ever lived in. And it has great people. Great people with good values. And good values are hard to find, you know. But my career is pulling me to Miami. And I'm super excited to hit Miami. I'm super excited for the collaborations that I'm going to have with these streamers. I'm super excited to start working with, I'm not going to reveal some of the names, but you'll see it when I get there. I'm so excited because things can fall through the water. And I'm ready to provide you guys with some very different content. As you guys can see, I'm starting to focus more and more on celebrity coverage. And that's just going to be the thing. We are now in pop culture, so I'm going to enter the pop culture and make sure I keep it conservative, you know? Make sure we keep our influence outside of just politics. We have so many amazing political speakers that I just want to kind of not branch out, but I want to touch on different aspects of reality. That way I can start waking up some normies and ensure that we could have 2028. Now that we won, we can only just celebrate, you know, for the next 4 years. And I just really want to do what I initially was doing. And my goal was always to break the narrative, to wake up the masses. We control most of the narratives now. So now it's time for me to do as I did, to meet people where they were and go get the rest of them, you know. Miami helped me do that. It's a city for it. Like I said, mainly with the collaborations. I'm so excited, super pumped, especially after being in the colds of DC. Man, you can. I'm ready to go. I'm really tempted about hitting Miami in 4 days, because I already have this interview and I got some content I want to speak about, some things that's starting happening to my life that I want to reveal on Fresh and Fit. You know, Fresh and Fit, a relationship place, man, and I got some. I got some interesting things to talk about that's gonna happen to me in the past few days. And as you can see, my camera
ancestor.
has betrayed me yet again. And if for some reason it does this when it reaches 30 minutes, y'all, and this cameraman, I'm going to have to replace it. I just can't keep doing it. It's becoming a troll at this point. My camera freaking hates me. And I don't know why, but I'm stuck with it, you know? And every time the camera messes up, I got to think on my toes and hurry up and put some footage in front of there because it's kind of awkward just seeing that black screen talking. I mean, I know I'm dark. Some of you might not notice it. But yeah, when that screen comes up, it messes up my whole flow. But nonetheless, man, I'm so excited for this new content. I'm so thankful to have you guys on a journey. And I'm upset I wasn't able to drop content. Man, I missed so much. I missed the Dave Chappelle thing. I missed the celebrities' responses. I missed the media meltdown. I missed Trump signing executive orders. There's so much stuff that I want to talk about with y'all, man. I want to give y'all another 30 minutes. But I got to make it make sense. I got to break this stuff up. I got to get my narrative together for how I want to present it. And I'm going to make sure it's entertaining. I'm going to make sure it's interesting, and I'm going to make sure you're thankful that you gave me a bit of your time. Or I want to make you at least as thankful as I am. So I want to provide something that's entertaining, and I want to make it good for you. No Diddy. Please like, comment, subscribe. I am back officially. You know the second video is coming out. That'll be out by 7 p.m. Central Time. We'll see how the numbers do on this one since I've been gone for 2-3 days. You know how YouTube be tripping. This might get 20 views, especially since this ain't my normal type of post. But I'm just happy to put this content out there. And it's going to be something great for us to look back on together, family. So until the next narrative is broken and until a few hours from now, I'm gone until we break the next narrative together.